Meet Alyssa Thomas, a WNBA star who plays without the ability to fully rotate both of her shoulders. Can't lift her arms above her head to shoot a traditional jumper, yet she still dominates the league as one of the most versatile players. Nicknamed the Engine for a reason, this is a look at her journey and how she turned a limitation into an unstoppable playing style. Born in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, she showed basketball prowess at an early age. Her natural athleticism and competitive drive made her stand out, but it was her all-around game that really set her apart.
So I started playing basketball when I was 5. My mom actually forced me to play, and I remember just crying. Super shy kid, so didn't really want to put myself out there. But once I started playing, I fell in love with the game, and little by little, I got better. My mom coached me pretty much my whole way through my career up to high school, and she really taught me everything I needed to know about the fundamentals and how to play basketball the right way.
She attended Central Dauphin High School in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and made headlines. As a senior, she was named to the 2010 Parade All-American First Team and was a unanimous ESPN and USA Today All-American. While Maryland was her eventual choice, other top programs like Notre Dame, Penn State, Miami, and NC State also pursued her. But at the University of Maryland, Thomas became a legend, making a name for herself early. She was named 2011 ACC Rookie of the Year and selected to the All-ACC second team. Her sophomore year, she led the ACC in scoring and was named ACC Player of the Year while earning first-team All-American honors. She led the Maryland Terrapins to the 2012 ACC Championship, scoring 29 points in the championship game and earning ACC Tournament MVP honors. Her junior year, Thomas became the first person in NCC or WNBA history to average 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists for an entire season. She capped her collegiate career by earning ACC Player of the Year for a third straight season and led her team to the Final Four before being named ACC Female Athlete of the Year. One of the wildest things is to see a professional athlete smiling from ear to ear in the middle of a game. Thomas was her team's engine, leading with poise and strength. Her biggest and brightest feature, she was just having fun. By the time she graduated, she had broken several school records and to this day still has the most career points, rebounds, and double-doubles in Maryland's women's basketball history, with 6 triple-doubles over the course of her college career. Taking that impressive run and entering the WNBA draft, Alyssa Thomas would be selected 4th overall in a pretty stacked class. She was picked up by the New York Liberty but was immediately traded on draft night. The Connecticut Sun traded away the 2010 number 1 pick Tina Charles in exchange for Alyssa Thomas, Kelsey Bone, and the Liberty's 2015 first-round pick. With injuries opening up opportunities, Thomas made the most of her chance to start. Playing in all 34 games, she started 28 and finished her rookie season averaging 10 points and 5 rebounds on 43% shooting in 27 minutes per game. She finished further down the list in Rookie of the Year voting than she may have liked, but she made the all-rookie team. Thomas would continue to reshape the Sun, solidifying her starting power forward role and fully embracing the point forward position in the pros. Pretty early on, she was actually compared to LeBron James, and while she doesn't have a three-point shot, she's known for bringing the ball up the floor, playing downhill, and has a bag of signature moves that no one can stop. And on top of all that, she's one of the smartest players to ever play in the league. She sneakily picks up triple-doubles without scoring the most points while quietly controlling the game. But her shoulder issues would almost immediately show themselves. She played a majority of her career with torn labrums in both shoulders. The labrum helps stabilize the joint that keeps the upper arm bone in the shoulder socket. Deciding to play through the pain and figure out how to still impact the game with this new limited range of motion. The 2015 season saw her injure her right shoulder and miss 10 games. Before the start of the 2017 season, she would injure her left shoulder while playing in South Korea. This is when the pain began to impact her shooting motion, but she worked through it. 2017 would see her emerge as an all-star. She wouldn't be in MVP talks for a few more years, but she kept the Sun in playoff contention and in the overall conversation. At this point, her game is largely within 12 feet of the basket. You can pretty much count on one hand how many three-point attempts she's made in her entire career. So the injuries mostly impacted her lengthier mid-range shots and her free throw shooting, limiting the range of motion in her left shoulder, but not her right. So she switched shooting hands while playing in South Korea in 2018. Since the injury prevented her from shooting the way she wanted to shoot, she admittedly was leaving points at the free throw line. In an interview with WNBA.com, WNBA.com. She says she does most things right-handed despite shooting lefty since childhood, so it was an easy transition. It hasn't impacted her ability to get to the rim or play suffocating defense, both solid reasons as to why she's still continuing to perform so well. Thomas had more issues in June of 2018 when her right shoulder popped while guarding Mystics forward Elena Delle Donne. She wore a sling and missed about a month, including the All-Star break that year. By 2019, she had the Sun fully competing. With the second best record in the league, they received an automatic slot to the semifinals where they swept through the Sparks. In a pretty even finals matchup against the Washington Mystics, the Sun were down 2-1. In Game 4, Thomas came just 2 rebounds shy of the first WNBA Finals triple-double, but recorded 11 assists to even up the series. Game 5 was pretty tight, going back and forth until it got away from the Sun in the fourth quarter. Thomas had another impressive game with 21 points and 12 rebounds, but they would actually be stunned by Emma Meeseman's 22 bench points as the Mystics took the championship. The following season was obviously filled with determination after losing in Game 5 of the finals, and the Sun were primed for a championship. But we all know what happened in 2020. So a shortened and likely more stressful season was played in the Florida Wobble. The Sun were specifically affected because Jonquel Jones chose to sit out the season, directly affecting Alyssa Thomas, who strategically took on more responsibilities in the front court, meaning she was guarding more centers along with the power forward. September 22nd, 2020, Game 2 of the semifinals against the Las Vegas Aces. There was no specific moment of contact that appeared to cause the injury, but Thomas went down to the ground holding her right shoulder after guarding Asia Wilson in the middle of the first quarter. She left the court in visible pain and was taken to get an MRI. She had dislocated her shoulder and was immediately listed out for the next game. But after X-ray and MRI revealed no further damage, that it would be a matter of her playing through the pain, she knew she was playing Game 3. But she didn't just play, she dominated. In one of the league's greatest performances, Thomas played for almost the entire game and finished with 23 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. But with Jonquel Jones out, rotation issues left Angel McCautry to kind of go off, and the Aces took the Sun out in 5 games. It was a crushing blow, but not nearly as devastating as to what was to come.
January 11th, I was in practice over in Prague. Towards the end of practice, I was running back on defense. I went to change direction and I felt and heard this pop. It kind of felt like somebody stepped on the back of my shoe, and instantly, I hopped a bit and went down to the ground and was on the ground holding my leg, screaming in pain. Yeah, it's hard to just even think about it right now. Just sad to feel that pain and know, that you're gonna have surgery and have to start from ground zero. It was tough, real tough.
The timing couldn't have been worse. Just weeks before free agency and right when her prime years mattered the most. With the strongest Sun team yet. After surgery, the mental toll hit hard. The road back was brutal, but for someone known for toughness, patience was the hardest test. It took 2 months just to wear 2 shoes again. Another month to walk without a limp. Every day she drove an hour each way to rehab in Maryland, then worked out in her garage, even when it was 10 degrees outside. The grind was relentless. But the toughest part wasn't physical. It was watching her Connecticut Sun teammates succeed without her. At one point, Thomas broke down in tears, telling Bonner, "They're going to win this championship and I may not even be a part of it." Still, every bad day fueled the next one. Her determination never wavered. Fast forward to September 15, 2021. Less than 9 months after tearing her Achilles, Alyssa Thomas stepped back onto the court, this time in front of her home crowd. The first playoff games were rusty, sure, but by Game 2 of the semifinals against Chicago, she looked like herself again, dropping 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists to spark a comeback win. The performance reminded everyone exactly who Alyssa Thomas was: resilient, relentless, and unstoppable. The Sky would ultimately take the series, but the engine was back, and she proved this in the 2022 season, receiving multiple Player of the Month awards, All WNBA Second Team, and All Defensive Team, as well as earning another All-Star nod. The Sun would make it to the finals again in 2022, but lost to the heavy-handed Aces. 2023 would see them lose in the the semifinals to the Liberty, and 2024 will be their last good attempt as an Alyssa Thomas-led squad. Fully led by the point forward, the team was strong with her leadership, and they had a very nice run, taking the series with the Lynx to 5 games. This was a fun team to watch. The chemistry was superb throughout, but they really didn't have enough offensive power in the end to grab a chip. The 2025 season will see Alyssa take her free agency without an injury. As an unrestricted free agent, it went down as a sign and trade and a wild 4-team deal. Thomas would take her talents to Phoenix, immediately re-identifying the team after losing both Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner. She still plays with both shoulders limited in mobility and doesn't see surgery in the immediate future. What started as strategic timing turned into something that ended up staying on the back burner. She figured out how to play, and surgery would take her out for at least 7 months, every year feeling like it was her time and wanting to give her team the very best she had. Like so many in the league, especially the top performers, they play overseas, and Thomas was no exception. Immediately after her college career, she simultaneously started playing in the W and overseas. Integral to multiple teams over the years, she played in South Korea in the 2014-2015 season, leading the league in scoring and rebounding, averaging 19 points and 11.1 rebounds per game. In the 2015-2016 season, Thomas signed in Turkey, and in subsequent offseason, she played in the Korean League and the Czech Republic League. On April 15, 2023, Thomas was named the Defensive Player of the Year in the 2022-2023 EuroLeague women's season. In addition to these international accolades, she represented the USA in the 2024 Olympics in France, earning her first Olympic gold medal. She's also one of the original 30 players to play for Unrivaled for a season, the backbone of the Laces. Injuries had her sidelined, but she was an excellent resume addition to this league.
So what's the first word that pops into your head when you think of 18?
Relentless.
Is the Thomas cutting to the board?
She was always the first to everything. Coming out for shoot around to get the first ball off the ball rack. She's been like that her entire life. So, when she speaks, everybody listens. When your best player is your hardest working player, you're gonna have a lot of success within your team. High school, AAU, college, professional, Olympian, all she does is win.
Swinging around, left footer, blocked by Thomas. Ball game is over.
AT's legacy and impact, first and foremost, is forever. The most decorated player to be able to come through here.
From the devastating moment she felt her Achilles snap on a practice court in Prague to becoming the first player in WNBA history to record 3 consecutive triple-doubles, Alyssa Thomas's journey is the ultimate testament to what the human spirit can achieve when it refuses to quit. They call her the engine for a reason. When others would have stayed in bed, she got up. When others would have given up on the season, she drove an hour each way for rehab every single day. When others would have accepted being a spectator, she worked out in her garage in freezing weather until she could walk without a limp, then run, then dominate once again. Today, Alyssa Thomas stands as the WNBA's all-time leader in triple-doubles, a record that seemed impossible just 3 years ago when she was learning to walk again. Her story isn't just about basketball statistics or championship dreams. It's about the power of determination, the strength found in vulnerability, and the magic that happens when someone decides that their setback is just the setup for their greatest comeback. In a league full of incredible athletes, Alyssa Thomas reminds us that talent alone isn't enough. Heart, grit, and an unbreakable spirit, those are the qualities that turn good players into legends and impossible dreams into reality. The engine keeps running, and her story is far from over. Thanks for watching. You are truly appreciated, and catch me in the next one.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, players.